Donald Trump, with an effort to stop minorities or poor people, or I don't even think it's just minorities. Donald Trump wants to rule and he wants things his ways. He don't give a damn about poor people. And frankly, poor people can be white people too, because I mean, to be honest, the minority is a small group of people, while, white people are the majority. And we know, it's more white people. So we know they are you know, the largest group of poor people. So, in saying that, Donald Trump wants to control the narrative. He do not want the less fortunate people to be able to vote. Let's get into it.
Ramos, friends, after her profound words, it just seems to me that we ought to give her another expression of appreciation. And to all of my colleagues who have traversed some great distance to be here, and I'm talking about the state representatives now, I consider you my colleagues, it's easy to do something when you don't have to do it. They are leaving their homes, they're leaving their families, they have jobs, they have responsibilities, and this is courage that is uncommon. And with this kind of courage, they ought to be commended as well. Let's give them a big hand, please. Yes, we have a challenge before us. Dr. King reminded us that life is an inescapable network of mutuality, tied to a single garment of destiny. What impacts one directly impacts all indirectly. And that's what we're facing now, this challenge of it not being Texas. It's not just Texas. It really is the United States of America, because if they succeed in Texas, they will take this to other states. They will take this to the county court level. They will take this to the commissioners, the school boards. They will take this across the length and breadth of the country, but they'll do it if we only stand by and watch them. But if we take a stand, we can stop them. That's what we're doing today. We're taking a stand, and we're going to prevent them from going forward in Texas. All right. Here's why we have to take this stand. Because one vote makes a difference. One vote makes a difference. It was one vote that allowed them to get the big, ugly steal out of the House. One vote. And it was one vote in the Senate, with the vice president casting that vote, that allowed it to get out of the Senate and back to the House. Friends, I regret to tell you that the 18th Congressional District was not represented when that first vote took place. It was not. If the 18th had been represented, they'd have to find that one vote someplace else. One vote makes a difference. And in Texas, they are trying to silence 5 Democratic voices in the Congress of the United States of America. They have already made an effort to eliminate some of the districts. They are no longer going to be, there's no possibility of Democrats being elected. They are doing what the president has insisted be done. And I want you to know that we didn't introduce the race card. When this message was sent by and through the Justice Department to the state of Texas, to our Attorney General, they mentioned the race card because they talked about racial gerrymandering. They brought it up, and when they brought it up, they did it knowing that this was a buzzword. It was a trigger. They knew that if they could use the race card in Texas, where we've had white primaries, and when the Supreme Court said, well, you can't do that, then we had white pre-primaries, where we've had all sorts of obstacles to voting. They knew that that's a buzzword that people would respond to in Texas. But we are going to respond to that buzzword by telling them that your racism is not going to change democracy in the state of Texas, is not going to change it in the United States of America. Racism is going to be met with our taking a stand for democracy. You take a stand for racism, we will stand for democracy, and we will win. And we will win. Democracy is going to win. My final comment is this. as you know, the president and I don't exchange Christmas cards. The president is a very vindictive person. He is a don't bring me any bad news person. Just fired someone because he got bad news. We friends have to understand what we're dealing with. And if we understand what we're dealing with, we can stop what we're dealing with. We're dealing with an egomaniacal person who believes that he has to be right, and if he's not, then the world is wrong. He would impeach judges that differ with him. He would fire people that don't give him good news. He would change congressional districts just to get rid of people that have challenged him. But I want you to know this, the challenge is not over. It is not. Yes, we have brought challenges against him, and I want to assure you of this. There are no circumstances that will prevent me from continuing to challenge the bigotry emanating from the presidency in policy. I will not stop, and I promise you, this president is going to, he's going to be brought down. Yeah. He's going to be brought down. He has to be brought down. And I don't mean physically. I'm talking about politically. We will bring him down. He will be impeached again. I thank you.
And I just very hope that that happens. This President Donald Trump is a thug criminal, and he needs to be impeached. And frankly, the man needs to be in prison. Who do you know in America that's walking around with 36 felonies, never even apologized for his crimes? This man is still committing crimes. He is the poster child for if you are beige and dusty and mutilated, that you can just get away with anything. Donald Trump needs to spend the rest of his life in prison. He's intimidated people. He done exposed everybody in the United States, social security number, medical records. He needs to be in prison. He needs to be in prison for the rest of eternity. He is not somebody that you can trust. He's a thug. What do you think he did with all of our information and all of our social security numbers? What did he do? Did he give that to Elon for some type of marketing tactic? We don't know what this man will do. Donald Trump is a thug and a criminal. Make sure y'all watch part 3.